there, Helldiver! The time has come for the spear to shine. With the patch 6.3. Nerf to the Vox Engine, the spear has gained a unique advantage. Key changes include the Vox Engine's health dropping from 11,000 to 9,000, the cannon's health decreasing from 8,000 to 3,500, and the cannon's armor rating being reduced from 5 to 4. So, I decided to test out exactly how to take down the Vox Engine now. The results show that you can quickly destroy it by combining support weapons and stratagems, or by utilizing throwables. Watching this video will show you how to counter the Vox Engine, which should help when you're putting together your loadout. Let's take a look. First, let's see what happens when you attack the Vox Engine using only the spear. If you lock onto the main body and fire the spear, it takes 3 hits to destroy it. Since that takes about 14 seconds at best, the optimal strategy when relying solely on the spear is to destroy the cannons on either side rather than the main body. You can destroy a Vox Engine cannon with a single spear shot. When aiming, make sure to offset your reticle from the center of the Vox Engine like this. Destroying the cannons on both sides will take down the Vox Engine, requiring only 2 rounds of ammunition. Furthermore, if you combine this with other attack methods, it is possible to destroy it with just 1 spear shot. If you are using stratagems in conjunction, the Eagle Strafing Run or Orbital Gatling Barrage are effective choices. Note that when using this method to destroy the Vox Engine, you should fire the spear at the main body rather than the cannons. While the outcome may vary depending on how the stratagem hits, dealing a certain amount of damage beforehand allows you to destroy it with a single spear shot. While the Eagle 110mm rocket pods received a buff in this patch, they aren't particularly effective against the Vox Engine. You cannot destroy it without follow-up attacks, such as hitting the fuselage with 2 spear or combining 1 spear hit with a Giga Grenade. Furthermore, as shown in this footage, simply throwing a Giga Grenade doesn't guarantee a kill, so I recommend using other methods to deal with it. Next, let's look at an example using both the spear and the ultimatum. In this case, a single shot from each is enough to destroy it. In this specific instance, the ultimatum round didn't hit the Vox Engine directly, but the explosion damage was sufficient to destroy it. Let's also see what happens when combining the spear with thrown explosives. I tested this with thermite and Giga Grenades. In both cases, you need to throw 2 of them to destroy the Vox Engine. Also, keep in mind that depending on how the Giga Grenades land, 2 might not be enough. In this example, it took 1 spear shot, 2 Giga Grenades, and 1 missile pistol shot. If you're close to destroying the Vox Engine, another option is to attack the top of the tracks with a medium armor-piercing weapon. For instance, suppose you hit the Vox Engine's main body with 2 spear shots. You can then finish it off by firing about 7 rounds from the sweeper at the top of the tracks. You might not get many chances to do this, but it's a useful tactic to know. When using heavy armor-piercing weapons, you need to target the tracks to deal damage, so I'll introduce some effective combinations for that later. The footage currently playing shows a test using 1 thermite and 1 spear. If the top of the tracks gets destroyed, you won't deal any more damage there, so aim for the other side. This combination requires 9 sweeper shots to destroy the Vox Engine, so it's not the most efficient method. All things considered, if you're going to use thermite, you really want to throw 2 of them. Next, let's see if the recoilless rifle can handle the Vox Engine. The conclusion is that, specifically against the Vox Engine, the spear is an easier option for taking it down. The biggest difference is that the recoilless rifle requires 2 shots to destroy the cannon. You can destroy the cannon with a single shot if you combine it with the missile pistol, but doing so solo is quite difficult. If you aim for the Vox Engine's main body to destroy it, you need 3 shots, just like with the spear. In the video on the right, I aim for the pilot's compartment, but the result is the same. 3 shots are required. While this setup works fine if you're cooperating with teammates, I'd like to introduce a combination that makes it easier to destroy the enemy solo. The most effective combination appears to be the recoilless rifle, ultimatum, and Giga Grenade. With this loadout, handling the threat solo is well within the realm of possibility. The video on the right shows what happens without the Giga Grenade. I had to fire about 15 rounds from the sweeper to take down the Vox Engine. Ultimately, using a Giga Grenade or thermite is the best approach. It was possible to destroy the Vox Engine with 1 recoilless rifle shot and 2 thermites. However, the outcome depends on where the thermite sticks, so you need to aim carefully for the main body. In the video on the right, the thermite landed a bit too low. I couldn't finish it off and needed 4 follow-up shots from the sweeper. If you use 3 thermites, you don't need to fire the recoilless rifle at all. In the video on the left, the thermite stuck to the underside of the main body, but I was still able to destroy the Vox engine. That said, the result might vary depending on the placement, so be careful to avoid sticking the thermite onto the cannon itself. The combination of 1 recoilless rifle shot and giga grenades requires throwing 3 of the grenades. This means you cannot use this method unless you increase your giga grenade capacity via armor passives. Next, let's look at effective combinations using the recoilless rifle and stratagems. Using the orbital Gatling barrage alone has the potential to destroy a Vox engine. If you want to guarantee a kill, firing a single recoilless rifle shot beforehand should allow you to take it down more quickly. The power of the orbital precision strike has also been increased in this patch. I'm not sure if this combination was capable of destroying the Vox engine previously, but now, using it alongside the recoilless rifle allows for a quick takedown. Incidentally, I also tested the Eagle 500 kilograms bomb combination, but a single recoilless rifle shot was not enough to destroy it. In that instance, a finishing blow with a giga grenade was required. The Eagle strafing run is more effective against the Vox engine. If the Eagle strafing run hits the Vox engine head-on, it is possible to destroy it with just 1 recoilless rifle shot. This is an example where the Eagle strafing run hit the side of the Vox engine. In this case, a single recoilless rifle shot was insufficient to finish it off. However, I was able to destroy it with 3 follow-up shots from the sweeper, demonstrating the effectiveness of the Eagle strafing run. Let's summarize the effective strategies against the Vox engine. When facing the cyborg, I recommend using a build that complements the loadout shown on screen. In particular, if you're bringing a heavy armor-piercing weapon, you should also equip a separate tool capable of handling the Vox engine on its own. I suggest choosing one of the following: orbital laser, solo silo, leveler, or orbital rail cannon strike. In most cases, this alone is enough to destroy the Vox engine. Using a C4 pack is another effective option. Before the patch, it took 3 packs to destroy the Vox engine, but now you can take it down by detonating 2 packs against its main body. Next, let's see if heavy armor-penetrating weapons can effectively counter the Vox engine. The conclusion is that it is difficult to deal with them without using stratagems, the ultimatum, or thrown explosives. In this example, it took an Eagle strafing run, the ultimatum, and 7 shots from the antimaterial rifle to destroy the Vox engine. Since the outcome depends on how the Eagle strafing run and ultimatum land, it is possible to destroy it faster in some cases. With a bit of luck, it was even possible to destroy it with a single autocannon shot. Using an Eagle strafing run combined with 2 giga grenades was enough to destroy the Vox engine on its own. If you fail to destroy it completely, I recommend targeting the top of the tracks with a heavy armor-penetrating weapon. Using the ultimatum and 2 giga grenades yields similar results. This combination is versatile, as you can easily incorporate it into your build regardless of which stratagem weapon you choose. If you want to destroy the Vox engine using only stratagems, a combo like the Eagle strafing run and orbital precision strike is effective. Finally, let's look at a tactic you should avoid in actual combat. Trying to destroy the Vox engine's cannon with heavy armor-penetrating weapons is extremely difficult. I fired 2 shots from the missile pistol and then targeted the cannon with the antimaterial rifle, yet it still took 8 shots to destroy it. The only time you might want to attempt this is if a teammate is already targeting the cannon with a recoilless rifle. That concludes this test. As I mentioned earlier, I recommend bringing at least 2 of the countermeasures from this list. Personally, I find that having the Eagle strafing run, ultimatum, and giga grenade makes it easier to deal with enemy swarms. Please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next video. Thank you for watching.